Hey, this is Randy, Mountain Air Farms. Just got my tractor back. It's been gone for about 2 weeks, sitting on the job. Supposed to grease it every 8 hours work, but I've got probably 12 hours on it and I haven't greased it. So I'm just going to do that today. It's a cold, dreary, rainy day. So do this, and then I'm going to go cut some firewood. But it's just important to always keep it greased. It's not as it's important to keep a tractor clean, but it's better to keep the internals clean than the outside. To keep everything changed and keep things clean. When you hook up any of your hydraulic filters or plugs, you need to wipe them off good so you don't get any contamination in your hydraulic fluid.
Right.
It's got filters and stuff on it, but it's still.
Well, wouldn't that, if you got a contaminant when you were hooking that, wouldn't it also get in that line?
Yeah, it'd get in the line and get in your system.
Right. And he has sinus problems, so
Yeah.
that is why he's coughing his head off.
And I'm doing that.
Now, how do you know when you've got enough grease?
Well, right there you'll see it just push out.
So we're watching it. Okay, so
And you don't need it to push out that much.
Yeah.
That was too much. So you can see it come out anywhere. You just quit greasing.
So all these little grease fittings throughout, like right here. He's cleaned up these little grease fitting areas, and he's just going back and pumping it with grease.
It takes about a tube of grease
Yeah.
when you go to grease your old tractor.
And there's a lot of grease fittings, especially like on this arm. And this, because all the different multi-functions of this, that it opens and closes and lifts and turns. So he tries to make sure everything is greased good like it should be.
Better to grease it. It's cheaper to grease it than it is to replace parts.
We've yet to have to replace a part, so knock on wood. Somewhere, knock on wood. We don't want to replace parts, that's why.
You will have to.
Yeah. Eventually, it's going to happen, but we hope not anytime soon. Now, you've changed the oil also?
Yeah, I changed the oil before I took it.
So,
Changed all the oil and fluids in it. But it's just, I try to do it like every 200 hours on the oil and then like every 400 hours on the hydraulic fluid and stuff. Hydraulic fluid, you drain it, it looks just as clean when you drain it as when you put it in there, but I guess that's the purpose. John Deere told me I could just change the filters out. And I might start doing that. But it looks just as clean as can be.
right.
It's not like it's burning it like a transmission or anything. It don't get that hot to burn the oil. So it's
But it's keeping that oil clean.
Yep.
And that's what's running all of your internals.
Yep.
Now there's other things I know he needs to go in, and like he was in a lot of rock, and if you notice there's a lot of rock caked up in these little arms and these little pieces. So he needs to get like a putty knife and scrape those out, because that will build up and just eventually cause more damage. So, but he's always doing maintenance. And that's not just with the tractor, that's with everything, whether if it's the tractor or if it's with the lawnmowers or the wood splitter, the sawmill.
One of my older neighbors, he said, the more stuff you got, the more stuff you got to take care of. And it's true.
Right.
You spend most of your time changing oil and greasing it, and doing all that stuff.
Well, it's just
And
like
actually using it.
it's just like a piece of machinery. I mean, it's like a, you think about like a big industrial piece of machinery, they're not going to replace that industrial piece of machinery. They're going to keep it in maintenance because that's part of their business. And the tractor and the sawmill and the mowers is our business. So we keep it going as much as possible because it's expensive to do any replacements. Like you said, 99 cents a tube of grease is a whole lot better than a $2,000 to $5,000 piece of equipment replacing, a part. So besides all the greasing, what else would you do today?
That's it. Just gonna cut some firewood.
So you're not going to pull the pressure washer out and pressure wash the machine?
No, not today.
Not today. Let it too wet and damp.
Yep.
Okay.
That's all we're doing today.
How many grease fittings are on this one piece of machinery?
Don't know. There's a bunch.
Well, just on this one arm, I've counted at least 12 or 14.
Yep.
That don't count everything on the back end. The back end of the tractor, you've probably got just as much because you've got just as much movable parts. So anything that moves needs to have a grease fitting and be greased. And all these different moving parts move. True. Yeah, if humans can have grease fittings, that would be wonderful. Maybe that's the new medical discovery. Have that knee replaced and put a grease fitting in it. Well, Randy, anything else you'd like to say?
Nope, that's all I'm doing today.
That's all you're doing.
Get it on film.
Well,
Born live.
Yeah, remember, yeah, we've got a new phone dog. It's an addition to our crew. This is Ellie. So she is young. She's not even a year yet. So she's going to be our new crew. She's hanging around with the big dogs today. She's doing good. Well, as always, remember to like and subscribe. Have any questions or comments, please let us know. And remember, as always, we love you. God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day.
I don't know how they are.